Chapter 2. More on MS Excel. Central idea: opening an existing workbook, deleting worksheets, calculation in spreadsheet, use of fill handle and continue a series with the fill handle, adding worksheet, setting row height and column width, use auto sum feature. You already have a basic understanding of how the spreadsheets work. First, let's open MS Excel and take a look at the interface of the program. It contains worksheets which hold all the actual data that you will be working with. Opening an existing workbook. To open an existing workbook, step 1, go to Backstage by clicking File tab. Step 2, from the Backstage menu, select Open. You will find the recent Excel workbooks. Step 3, double-click on the file name you want to work on. When you open a workbook, you will see the worksheets. If there's more than one worksheet in a workbook, all worksheets will be marked by Sheet tabs at bottom of the worksheet area. Sheet tabs. Individual worksheets within the workbook can be opened by clicking on the Sheet tabs at bottom of the spreadsheet screen. Each sheet tab represents a worksheet in the workbook. By default, the names of worksheets are Sheet 1, Sheet 2, Sheet 3, etc. You can rename the worksheet. Let's rename Sheet 1. To rename Sheet 1, do the following steps. Step 1. Move the cursor over the Sheet tab you want to rename. Step 2. Right-click on it with your mouse and select Rename. Step 3. Type in the new name and press Enter key. Adding worksheets. To add a worksheet, go to the Sheet tab. Click the plus sign right to the last worksheet, as shown below. MS Excel adds new worksheet with default name. Note: you can also go to the Home tab on the ribbon. Go to the Sales group and click Insert. A drop-down menu will appear with the option to insert cells, insert sheet rows, insert sheet columns, or insert sheet. Sales group. Deleting a worksheet. To delete a worksheet, do the following steps. Step 1. Go to the Sheet tab. Step 2. Select the worksheet that you want to delete. Step 3. Right-click the mouse and select Delete. Note: you can also go to the Home tab on the ribbon. Go to the Sales group and click Delete. A drop-down menu will appear with the option to delete cells, delete sheet rows, delete sheet columns, or delete sheet. To use the fill handle, sometimes you want to copy the content of one cell to several other cells in your worksheet. You could copy and paste the content into each cell, but this method would be time-consuming. Instead, you can use the fill handle to quickly and easily add data to multiple rows and columns. Autofill. Autofill is a function of Excel to automatically fill the next values in the next cell. To create autofill, do the following steps. Autofill series. Step 1. Enter data and then select the cells you want to use. Move the cursor over the little block in the lower right corner of the active cell, and the cursor changes to a hairline plus sign called fill handle. Step 2. Click and hold on the fill handle and drag to the right or down to fill in the series. Fill handle. Step 3. Drag the fill handle as per the requirement. As shown in the figure, drag the fill handle to cell G3. Step 4. As you release the mouse click, the empty cell will auto-filled with 40, 50 and 60. Note, autofill command can only extend series by adding to the sequence. You can also use this for formulas. Autofill. Copy cells. Step 1. Enter data and then select the cell you want to use. Move the cursor over the little block in the lower right corner of the active cell and the cursor changes to a hairline plus sign called fill handle. Step 2. Click and hold on the fill handle and drag to the right or down to copy cells. Setting row height and column width. To change the row height or column width of rows and columns, do the following steps. Step 1. Select a cell or multiple rows or columns in the worksheet in which you wish to change the height or width. Step 2. On the Home tab in the Cells group, click the Format command. Step 3. Select row height or column width. Step 4. In the row height dialog box or the column width dialog box, enter the new size of the row or column and click on OK button. Row height or column width will be changed accordingly. To change row height, increase the row height. To change column width, increase the cell width. Calculation in spreadsheet. MS Excel formulas are the most important things you'll learn to do with MS Excel calculation. Formulas are used to perform calculations on values in spreadsheet. When entering a formula into any cell, you have to make sure Excel knows what you want to do. Every formula in MS Excel must begin with an equals sign. If you don't type the equals sign first, then Excel will assume you are typing either a number or a text. Note, you can also start a formula with either a plus or minus symbol. Excel will assume you're typing a formula and insert the equals sign for you. Let's do some simple Excel formulas. To add, subtract, multiply, exponent or divide numbers, do the following steps. Step 1. Click a cell and type an equal sign. That tells Excel that this cell will contain a formula. Step 2. Type numbers and calculation operators like the plus sign for addition, the minus sign for subtraction, the asterisk for multiplication, or the forward slash for division. For example, equal sign 2 plus 2 equal 2 into 2 equal 8 divided by 2 is equal to 100 minus 2 equal to 5 exponent 2. Tip. You can also press Ctrl plus Enter if you want the cursor to stay on the active cell. When you build a formula, you need to identify the worksheet cells that provide the values for the formula and the operations that you want to perform on those values. To identify a cell, you give its cell reference. The first cell in the first column is cell A1, meaning column A, row 1. For example, the formula in cell A4 refers to the value in cell A1 plus the value in cell A2 and A3. After entering the formula, press Enter key. The formula calculates and displays the answer to the equation. Equal A1 plus A2 plus A3 in A4 cell. Tip: text entries are aligned to the left side of the cell and numbers are aligned to the right side. Sum, average, count, max, min are built-in functions in MS Excel. Excel provides some built-in formulas called functions to perform special calculations: max, min, count, sum, average. Let's calculate some of 3 unit tests conducted in class and calculate their sum and average using built-in functions sum and average. Step 1. Let's type heading student name into cell A1 and then type name of the students from cell A2 and continuing down column up to A6. Step 2. Now enter heading test 1, test 2 and test 3 into cells B1, C1 and D1 respectively. Let's fill out some test marks. Step 3. Add a header called sum in column F1 and average in column G1. Step 4. Press enter key. Step 5. Now calculate the sum of the 3 marks for each student. Click in cell F2 and type in equal sum. Using mouse, select the cells or range of cells B2 to D2 and put the closing bracket. Press enter key. Tip: you can select the range of cells using mouse. No need to type the cells one by one. Now, you have to get the sum of the other numbers. Well, there's an easy way to copy formula automatically. Step 6. Put the mouse cursor to the lower right edge of the F2 cell. You'll notice that the cursor changes from a Dr. Plus fat white cross to slim black cross, and the bottom right of the cell is a small solid box. Step 7. Click and drag the mouse cursor down to the row of the last student. You will see that the sum is calculated for each row. Average function. Step 1. Click in cell G2. Step 2. Type function equal average B2 to D2, which calculates the average of a specified range of cells. Step 3. Press enter key. Average is calculated in cell G2. Step 4. Now click at the lower right corner in cell G2 and drag it down to the bottom. Excel will calculate the average for the rest of the cells using the formula. Note, you can create your own formula to calculate average of the marks. As we all know, formula of average is sum of values divided by the number of values. In this example, the total number of values is 3. We have already calculated the sum and we just need to divide the sum by 3 to get average. Type the formula equal F2 by 3 in the cell G2. Count function. Count function is used to count the number of cells containing numbers. Step 1. Move to cell A7. Step 2. Type formula equal count within brackets A1 to A5. Step 3. Press enter key. Min and max function. To find minimum number in a particular range of cells, you can use the min function to find the lowest number in a series of numbers. To find maximum number in a particular range of cells, you can use the max function to find the largest number in a series of numbers. Step 1. Move to cell E10. Step 2. Type equal max within brackets B2 to D6. Step 3. Press Enter key. Tip: you can also use the drop-down button next to the Auto Sum button to calculate minimum, maximum and count. Power function. Power function used to calculate a given number raised to the power. Syntax: equal power, number, power, where the number and power arguments are numeric values. For example, SQRT function. SQRT function calculates the positive square root of a given number. Syntax is equal squirt. SQRT number, where the number argument is the numeric value. If the given number is negative, the squirt function, the SQRT function, returns the num error. For example, let's have fun with text function. Lower function. The lower function converts all characters in text into lowercase. Syntax is equal lower text within brackets, where the text argument is the original text string that you want to convert to lowercase. For example, upper function. The upper function converts all characters in text into uppercase. Syntax is equal upper text, where the text argument is the original text string that you want to convert to uppercase. For example, Auto Sum. To get the sum of the values, you can also use Auto Sum instead of entering the formula manually. Step 1. Select the cell to the right or below the numbers you want to sum. Step 2. Click Auto Sum on the Home tab. When you click Auto Sum, Excel automatically gives the total of the selected numbers.